Hey guys, it is World of Breeze. This is episode 3. As you all know, it's Barb meets World, and
Hey y'all, it's Nola. How y'all doing? Christian, that's my government name my mama gave me. But y'all could
oh,
call me Nola.
Johnny. We're going for government, Johnny. Anyway, we are here to bring you guys, the tea and a little bit of what we watched this past week on TV and whatnot, and just, chit chat and have fun like we like to normally do. So let's get into it. Why don't we?
All
Um,
right. Now, before we get started, let me go ahead and say this because I watched along with us last weekend on my page when we premiered it, and people were like commenting to us. So let us just go ahead and put it out there. This is pre recorded. So don't think we are ignoring you guys by not responding to your comments, but it is pre recorded for
mhm.
now. We'll have
I
to
mean,
hit y'all with a live one.
if you guys want us to do a live one, if you are going to participate and be active in the chat, we have no problem doing that, but we just need to know that you guys will be there to show your support. So let us know, and hit the like button, and let us know what you guys think.
All right. So go ahead and kick us off. What you want to start with today?
So there is a new season of Love After Lockup. We know, if you guys, I was doing the reviews for Love During Lockup, but this is Love After Lockup. They have like 3, 4, 5 million different ones. So we're back to Love After Lockup. This is season 4, and we got introduced to a whole new round of couples. I mean, actually, I'll say couples because sometimes people think that they're in a relationship and it really don't be that. So yeah, I just I think for me it's just the lack of like not realizing that the red flags in front of you are like red flags. If I can see it, I know these people should be able to see it, but somehow here we are. I don't know. Taylor and Chance specifically, like I don't know if she's just like very like simple, or like I don't know the way she was talking. My whole thing is always going to be, if you have children, they should be far removed from your antics and your BS. Like, it really pisses me off when people bring their kids into the mix, because children are not they're not that developed enough to differentiate between, like, okay, just because this person's not my life anymore, or my mom's not talking to this person, or my dad's not talking to this person anymore, like, they can't just turn their feelings on and off. Like, I mean, some adults can't even do that. So why would you put your child in a place to, potentially get hurt? I'll never understand it.
Girl, we really gonna get started on Taylor. First of all, Taylor, your sister was telling you right, and the fact that she absolutely was ignoring what she was saying, and who better to tell you than your sister who had her a couple prison
Twin
relationships
sister, like,
while she was in prison. Her sister straight up told her, like, listen, when I was in prison, when I was in jail, I was talking to people. You know what I'm saying? But when I got out, I felt a whole lot different of a way. It was something to do to pass time, and for you to completely overlook that, I was like, child, then you bringing this man into your house with your kids. And what she said, it was like 32 hours they got to spend with each other total. Was that her or
bro,
was that somebody else?
doesn't that just nothing to talk about. Like, no.
I'm like, you don't even know this man. I mean, girl, when she said he told her he was related to Brad Pitt, and when he get out, let's do the comparison and see if they look alike. And she was attracted to his big old arms, and gonna see if they could do the DNA test. I said,
It was the him trying to put her sister in the garage for me. Like, that, no, like, that's never gonna happen. Like, you don't pay nothing here. You don't. This is not even your actual address. Like, you do not live here, and you can go somewhere else. If the accommodations do not fit up to your standards, my friend, you can always go somewhere else.
First of all, you just came from the jailhouse, sir. Be lucky I let you in my house. That's
Around my
verse
children.
number one. And if I was the sister, baby, I'd have punched him in his face and told him where he can go. Like, you're not about to tell me put me in no garage. But see, we were talking about red flags. It was red flag number one when she said when she don't answer the phone and he get other people to be calling her to answer the phone because she needs to be there and pick up. Ma'am, that is controlling. How you let somebody control you from the prison? What you think was gonna happen when the hell he got out?
You got me. You got
I don't
me.
see I don't see this ending well, and I see her sister unsistering her if she threw her to the wayside. But I kind of felt like that's what she was going to do when she started saying in the beginning that, oh, she don't know how him and her sister would get along. And that she felt
Which
like they
means,
were gonna
which
bump
means
heads.
she's the type of
She was
person
gonna
to
pick.
have on, and she's just gonna be there like looking stupid, like in La La Land. She's simple. She's simple minded. I don't like. She's something's up with her. She's just like stop. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's gonna be some
Baby,
mess.
it was the one to pull over 2 minutes. Was the one to pull over for the 2 minutes, 2 minutes past the prison for me. Baby, I couldn't even go get y'all a little motel, hotel, Holiday Inn.
Mm,
2 minutes from the girl.
mm. I know you didn't watch all of Love During Lockup, but the only, if you guys didn't know, the only couple that has been previously on screen before was Indy and Harry, and their whole situation kind of played out on Love During Lockup, and they're back again for Love After Lockup now that he's being released. And she's still dumb AF. She still makes me roll my eyes because she has no idea, again, that she's literally got her daughter in tow while she has absolutely no plan. She got to be couch surfing on a stranger's couch with her child. So I'm not, something's really, there's a major disconnect, and she must have been the extra special child, because her whole entire family, like everybody else, seems like they know what they're talking about. They can read it for what it is, but there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect because how do we get here?
Girl, girl. After you found out he was talking to other people and sending nude pics with other people while you living up in your sister house. You was stone cold mad. Her sister said, "How you go from being mad like you was to now you everything all calm and everything all good?" Girl, no ma'am. Her sister was telling her right, and she want to talk about whether you're married, you take vows, whether it's a legal marriage or a spiritual marriage. And I'm like, baby, I would be spiritually the hell divorced. That's number one, number two, and number three for me. Like, girl, what? Baby, clearly he ain't taking them spiritual vows serious. Let me tell you, in a spiritual marriage, I'm not married, and maybe you have a different standpoint because you married, and I know it's a lot of things to go with, getting divorced and things like that, assets and all of that. But he would be, girl, he could kiss my assets in a legal marriage or a spiritual marriage. You trying to sling that deed to the north, south, east, and the west and become community peen, baby, you can go. You can go, but in a spiritual marriage and you have nothing. And baby, if I was her sister, I'd be telling her, you not about to take my niece to Ohio to live on somebody's sofa here, there, and everywhere when you have me, mama, and everybody else here. Baby, I can't wait for the preview when they show where he think he getting in the car with her, and it be the
She's
mama in the car,
like,
and she like, hey, hey, what's up? What's happening? I can't
well,
wait for that.
I know that's gonna happen, but I really, really pray that Miss Yolanda, she sticks to her guns, and but she was like, "We're not supporting that." I pray to God that she sticks to that, because she's the type of person that needs to fall down like real hard to maybe learn something at this point. So I really hope that sometimes you just gotta let people fall down. We'll see.
Baby. All right, come on, Donnie
We'll,
McClurky. We
we'll see. But
fall
his
down.
family, and I was watching Bondi's review on it, and I was kind of like, I kind of picked up on that too when his mom was like, "Oh, us, Puerto Rican women, we like to be chased or whatever," and I'm just like, I don't know. I just was kind of like, well, why did you have to like put that look? Like, I mean, I'm not Puerto Rican. Maybe I like to be chased. Like, I don't know. She just had to like add that little bit in there, and I was just kind of like, did you mean anything by that, or did you not? I don't know. Maybe I was looking too far into it, but I was like, I'm glad I wasn't the only person that peeped that little bit, but she wasn't wrong.
Um,
But
I mean, she wasn't wrong in saying what it is that they like, you know what I'm saying? And I took it a little bit of a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like I took it as she was trying to warn her without warning her that she making it too easy for her son. In their culture, they are used to having to chase the women. And
mm,
is clearly chasing him. He ain't chasing her. He said enough to keep her where he want her at, and that's it. So that's kind of how I took it. But y'all been watching them since last season, so y'all have more of an insight to it, you know, than me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I don't
Um,
think it's that. No, I don't. I don't think she's like looking down on her because she black. Like,
no,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
it's
she looking down on
that.
her, but sometime you'll have them mamas that'll tell you something without telling you something.
The only thing that anyone is probably looking down on her about is looking down on her because she being a dumbass. I mean, that's
I mean, listen,
I wouldn't have
if
no, I wouldn't have nothing to. I'll have nothing for you if you're gonna act stupid. Sorry, I can't. We speak different languages right now. Not working. No,
I just couldn't do it. I
no.
listen.
And then
I'm
talking about
glad you introduced me.
she's trying to get busy with him under her roof. I was just like I don't want to know that. I don't want that to be your goal. Like I don't even want. Why are you comfortable? Like that should not be the top of your world right now. Like you should really be trying to aim a little higher and like think about let me send in these applications and let me do that. Whatever.
What she really should be thinking about is carrying her ass back home where her family at. You shouldn't
Well,
have
yeah, she
moved
should
out
have
there
never
without your own place to stay and a roof over your head. You have a child, ma'am. I'm sorry. You can't do
has
it.
two kids.
And
Technically, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. Her other kid lives with
oh,
her
well, I
father
only saw the little girl on the show.
because the other girl lives with her dad, and I was kind of like, okay,
Babe, she keep playing this other girl gonna be with her daddy too. If he gives two halves of a damn child.
probably. Now
I'm
she,
just saying. That this don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you should not move anywhere as a person with a parent, mother or father, if you are that primary caregiver, primary parent, without having your own place to stay and a
mm,
job to take care of said kid. That's number one. Number two, when you have kids, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not everybody need love, even the people in prison too, right? But that's just not something that I would bank on and do with my child. Like, I wouldn't be looking in the prison house for a man. Like, what can he this man is gonna need you to get set up, get established to take care of him. Like, I'm sorry. Having a child is expensive. They always want stuff. Okay.
yeah,
And so you need somebody that's going to be able to help you out with said kid, not just keeping babysitting the kid. And then once again, you do not know this man like that. You have not spent any time with him prior to him being released from jail. Besides some phone conversations, you don't know him well enough. She another project pigeon. She another project pigeon. Her and Portia can get a show together because they dumb as hell.
okay. Lacey and Antoine.
Girl,
Um,
when I saw she left the husband for him, I said, I know you lying.
oh yeah, and that's definitely something I brought up in my own video. I was like, please, 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 men, women, whoever, whatever, like, please just make sure if you're going to be exiting your marriage, make sure it's for your own personal reasons and not on behalf of another person. Because what happens if that person, if it don't work out between you guys? You're just left out there by yourself looking crazy. Like, so I really hope like she was 100% over that marriage before she just put her eggs all into Antoine's basket. We'll see. His mom, like, I'm kind of like eager to see how that's gonna play out. Like, cause Lacey, she seemed like she don't want no parts of his mom at this point. And if he is a
The mom,
mama boy, and like I don't know, I've always moms and sons and stuff like that could be like that could be some we could see I could see them two kind of fighting. Like
first
I
of
can't.
all, we would have a problem. She met him through his mama. How you was my friend and then now you trying to lay up with my son. I would not bless that. I would bless them to the south side pits of hell. That's where I would
You
bless that
should never
relationship.
set it up in the first place. Like, why would you like God for you should have just not even set it up in the first place. That's kind of just weird to me. But me and my mom, we don't even run in those same circles enough to like for that to even have been something that's possible. Like that would have never been possible, honestly.
I I mean, listen, I talk to my mama a lot. You know what I'm saying? I talk to her every day. Like I say, if I don't answer, she be reporting me missing all on Facebook. Anybody talk to Chris, she missing. Okay. But what I'm not gonna do, there's nobody in this world. If my mama tell me this is her friend, I'm not trying to get with my mama friend.
That
And my
like
mama ain't never gonna try to hook me up with none of her friends. Now, if her friend have a son, she might
that's
try to do
different.
something like that.
That's
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
But
That
no, yeah.
right. She might try to do something like that, but she ain't trying to hook me up with none of her friends. And my mom actually hangs with younger people, and they get advice from her and they look up to her. But there's never a time that she's been like, "Oh, Chris, he fine," or "Oh, I'm gonna hook you up with my daughter." We don't play them games. We don't cross them lines.
That's what I mean. That just is. I'm never gonna find myself. Well, for obvious reasons too. But I'm never gonna find myself in a situation where my mom is probably gonna be like that. I
Girl,
don't think
listen.
that's just never gonna happen. Probably. So okay. But
First of all, me and my mama talk like we friends sometime, but like she'll be like, "Girl," I'll be like, "Girl, hey, child, girl, let me tell you what happened." Right? Like me and my mama have that kind of relationship. But baby, when she get to talk about, "Oh, this man is fine and that man is fine," I'll be like, "All
we
right,
have
mama, I
two
know we
definitions of fun. Like I don't even think me and my mom have the same taste. I don't.
right." Cause
No.
girl, some men, my mama definition of fine. She used to think Heavy D was fine before he became Slim D and lost all that weight. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when he passed, she called me all depressed, like, girl, my man died. I said, girl, who? She said, Heavy D, he should have never lost all that weight. I said, I know you lying. I know you lying. But I'm just saying,
My mom used to like Jay-Z, I think, and I was like, okay,
Joe
we're
the
just gonna.
Camel,
Hmm. What did you
Joe the
say?
Camel, Jay-Z looked like Joe the Camel. You don't remember Joe the Camel? He looked like Joe the Camel.
That
I don't
I'm
care how much
gonna,
money he got. He
I'm gonna
looks
leave it
decent
right
when he
there.
dressed up, but still ugly. He's still ugly. I
That's
don't
the only
care. I don't care.
I've ever heard her be like celebrity wise that she's been like, oh, okay, this is that's the only person, and that's why I'm gonna leave it right there. That should tell you all you guys need to know that. And anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Uh,
So back to these couples before we turn this into talking about our mamas.
Kevin and Tiffany. Um, he pissed. Well, first of all, he pisses me off because like I don't know. He's like some. Is it you call it like a gigolo? Like I don't know what he's about, but I don't care. y'all can disagree. I don't even care because I've always been a person that feels like, okay, people be acting crazy. Some people just act crazy because they act crazy. Yes, I get that. But some people act crazy because you give them reasons to act crazy or whatever. Something tells me that he probably just, like, she probably thought things were cool, or he had been entertaining his ex, whatever, Kayla, whatever her name is. He had been entertaining that girl up until the point that they probably started filming the show. And now that, and he probably just ghosted her and started acting all weird. And she was like, "What's up?" Like, and he probably never really made it clear. And he probably just did it abruptly. So now she's like going off the hook. That's what I feel like happened. But I mean, only time will tell. And if I was Tiffany or whatever, I would be getting out. And as soon as I caught wind that he had all that going on, oh, I'm good. Like, I'll be over here. Like, because usually everyone wants to look at the person who's getting out of prison sideways. But in this case, I'm looking at him like, okay, we can't even figure out if she, got something going on with her or whatever, because you put in all your stuff out there from the get go and you got a whole situation in itself. So who's really the messed up one in this situation? Hmm.
Listen, you see how I put it, you know how the old school teachers used to put it on the tip of their nose?
I'm not doing this today. I'm not.
You can't tell me. I like, you was very nice about it and said, you think that's what was going on. I'm telling you, he was still messing with that girl. That's why
It's
that girl acting like that. He was still getting in them drawers. She probably was still doing whatever she was doing for him. You know what I'm saying? Like in a relationship with him. And then camera time, because he want the little wee TV check. Oh, now I'm gonna cut you off. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, prison bae gonna come out to all of this foolishness, and she gonna go back and have to get another prison bae because she probably gonna kick his ass for having her to have to deal with this bull crap. Or she gonna want to fight this other girl, and that ain't on her. Cause he
no,
didn't do what he was supposed to do or say what he was supposed to do. He was still getting his rocks off because you was in prison. And he should have probably just been real with her and like, listen, I'm about to be on this show. I'ma need you to fall back. Cause I don't think he's really into her like that.
not to mention from the get
I
go,
don't see I don't see him.
he was like him and that friend. Not saying men and women can't be friends and nothing like that, but even that was what he's just like all over the place. Like his interest is like all over the place, I feel like, and she is probably better off getting out and just going about her business because he got way too much going on. Even his son was like, yo, like, so you gonna get your act together? Like, even his son ain't got no reason to lie. So when people's kids is telling on them, it's just some truth behind it.
What's that
What
song Nelly used to sing? Was that Nelly or was it Ludacris? I be knowing the lyrics, y'all, and I don't be knowing the artist. Don't charge it to my head. I got hoes. I got hoes
isn't that
in
Timbaland and
different area
that's not
codes.
the
I don't
Ludacris?
know. I think it's Luda. I think it's Luda. I don't listen. Whoever made it, that's the vibe that he give me. When your child gotta check you, what your children
Which
say about you have a lot to
too,
say about your character, and that's all I'm gonna say about him.
that pissed me off too because one of the first things he said was like, "Oh, I'm not looking to have to be a dad or to be he said something about not wanting to be a parent or something like that, and I was like, just to find out later he has an 18-year-old son. Like, so you just ain't. He said that. He said that. And I wrote it down, and I was just like, "What do you mean?" But you have a. What does that? What does that mean? Whatever.
Maybe he feel like maybe he don't want to be a
Maybe
new daddy.
started over
Like
again. Okay, get that.
right? Maybe
But
listen. Let me tell you something.
he ain't ready for the
I had
kids
a
though.
coworker I had a coworker who had a son going to college. I think this boy was in his freshman year, going into his sophomore year, and she had another baby. And I said, God bless her soul. So I understand that now want to start over, but the way he said it, I didn't think he had no
Yeah.
kids. I thought he was one of them
Yes.
people who had no kids. And I'm like, if I was your kid, I'd cuss you out and I would I would unparent you. You wouldn't be my parent no more.
Exactly. And then here we are on adults adopting adults. Anyway, like yeah, I would be the
Girl,
same way.
they canceled that.
Yeah. But I'm just like the way he said it just didn't make it seem like he had kids at all. But whatever. Ooh, Rick and Ray Dean. Ew. That just made me like a taste in my mouth. Just thinking about that. Him talking about some he done been with 300 women. I was like, what kind of what
It give me he done been to
sir?
the brothel and spent a lot of
I
money.
let's and that's not to talk about nobody's looks, appearances, or preferences, nothing like that. But I mean, I can say I've been, with like let's be more specific, sir. But he seems
He probably done been through the, maybe not the brothel.
that's nothing
He might have
about
done
though.
picked up the women who walk on the strip, but he looked like he stank, so I can't imagine.
Down at
I'm
the
sorry. He
local
looked like he
bar,
smelled like
like
he
I
looked like he
bet
smelled like sweating 20 pounds of get back. I don't. Girl, that's nasty. He nasty. He
he
is
was nasty for
disgusting.
that.
Ugh.
For dropping down his pants, thinking somebody wanted to see that because I did not. And I'm pretty sure I speak for everybody who was all the viewers. No one wanted to see any of that. No one like this whole timeline. Like he just seems a little weird. And the friends and everybody, like I can understand their concerns, but at the same time, like if he's gonna just put himself in a situation that could be detrimental to him, you cannot want better for a person that than they want for themselves. So
I mean, look, when he dropped them pants, I said, I know you lying. On my TV, we owe me a check for having to see that. Okay,
yeah,
I
I don't
feel
even care
like they need to
for
pay
out.
me for having to look at that. He just nasty, and his friends look like they was disgusted by him too, but they wanted to be seen on camera, so they was they was gonna be there. Like that's what it gave me. He just give me, you know what he give me. I'm being 100% honest. I watch the ID channel. Whenever you watch them stalked by my neighbor, and they be all in the trees and lurking in the bushes, that's what he gives me.
He doesn't even. It's not even that as much as like
He give me predator creepy, or he give me old man predator creepy vibes driving
that.
white vans, fast people.
Nothing against people that have big age gaps in their relationships or nothing like that. It happens and it don't be nothing predatory sometimes. Like that's fine, whatever, that's your business. But just the whole especially
No,
because she's
no, it's
been
not an
through
age
what
gap.
she's been through and stuff. Because I think they started talking when she was 18 and he was what 40, and now she's 29 and he's 49. And I was just like, I've heard of that before. That's fine,
I mean,
but just
the
all the
age
circumstances
thing is
around it was like, what are you trying to be for her?
that,
Because she's lost all these
right.
people, and I'm looking at him weird. I don't even know her yet. We can't even get. Again, this is just like Kevin and Tiffany or whatever her name was. I'm looking at him weird, not even the person in prison. I'm looking at you like, what's up with you? And why couldn't
Right.
you make it work with these 300 women? Like, what do you want with her so bad?
The age gap isn't a thing for me. So that's not why I said, he gives me predator vibes. It's just his demeanor and the way he looks. And it's just oh, I've been with 300 women. It had nothing to do with their age. It's just when you look at characters who play that type of character on movies and shows, he fits the profile. It had nothing to do with their
Maybe he
age
should go
gap.
get a, maybe he should go get a side job. Like the people that they get to reenact like those crime
Yeah,
shows and
he
stuff.
would be perfect. I would cast him. He would walk in and I would say, cast.
You're playing every every role we have.
Mm-mm. With his stinky
Mm,
cheesy. I know his house stank. I know it stank.
probably. And I think the last couple we had was Kayla and Martell. It was the
Girl, they're
13
not
years.
sleeping with somebody. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
Well,
if you think you about to be locked up for 13 years and all I'm about to do is use my fingers and the rolls and whatever else they got out there, I know what's out there, but this not that type of show.
That's not, that
Sir,
wouldn't be me. Like, wouldn't be me. And not even because of like I'm
baby,
just
they
so
can't even
to
do
be doing
conjugals.
exactly. So it's like you're making me basically you want me to be in prison with you. And I didn't commit no crimes. So like why am I sitting down here stifling my life in at least one area, multiple areas, whatever, because you know want that'll make you sleep a little bit better in your cell. Like no, no, not. Mm-mm. So I'm
Girl,
glad she did
first
do
of
that,
all, I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad she
even
didn't
though
do
she
two.
didn't try to
Do
admit
two.
it. Like, girl, you could admit we don't care. It's gonna come out in a couple episodes anyway.
Listen, let me tell you something. I would have told him, man, don't even play with me like that. Because if when you with
It's
somebody, right, you know
like
they
a heart.
drive. You know what I'm saying? You know they drive. And I don't know if men go through this, but I know women when it comes close to, your auntie coming to visit, it's like that time right before and that time right after you be you know what I'm saying, baby? That little hot pocket be hot. You be ready to pounce on something. Girl, you cannot tell me. I mean, we
It's
already know she done did the do. You know what I'm saying? But baby, I'd have told him, man, listen, you locked up, not me. We can do a little phone yin yang, I'ma
I don't
still
have to
have
tell you
me a
now.
little yeah with the yeah on the side.
It's not gonna be none of your friends. We don't have to talk about it. Like I'll still accept your calls and stuff, but don't sit here and think that I'm about to be over here like on a Saturday night, on a Monday night, on a Tuesday. Like it's not gonna happen. Like never.
Not for 13 years, baby. She might as well put on a habit and went join Sister Mary Clarence in the choir.
Okay, but she was bugging with that whole $32,000, $40,000 ring shit. She could get over there with that. That was stupid. But I'm excited to see how he's gonna take the news when he hears it. But I think that was it for all the couples.
That was it for them. It was a real beginning episode for me getting ready,
Yeah,
introducing everybody and they stuff. But the drama gonna come. It's always some drama.
yeah, I'm excited to see next week's episode. But okay, what do we have next, ladies? To list the reunion. For some weird reason, I kept getting deja vu, and I like was like, "Oh my god, was this the second part of the reunion?" Like, I don't know why I thought there had been two parts of the reunion, and I already saw half of it. My mind was all over the place, but this was the reunion with the host was Miss Tanika Ray, which I've seen her. I've seen her on what is it like Ready to Love and did she do Love and Hip? Like I've seen her before, but she was getting a lot of negative feedback on how she hosted and stuff, and I didn't really like. She didn't host great, but she didn't host terrible to me. Like I was indifferent. I don't know how you felt about her hosting.
I ain't like her.
I
I
didn't
ain't
like.
like her.
She's
They
not
could have had
the
me. I ain't
usual.
like her.
She's not the usual. Who's my favorite person to host? I can't even think right now, but
They could have let me host that reunion.
yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people I would have put in her place, but I wasn't pressed over it. Like some people were just like, "Oh, it was so bad because of her." I was like, "Okay, whatever, whatever."
Well, I don't have nothing to say about her outfit, but I felt like she could have pressed a little bit more in certain areas. And I did feel like he was leaning towards Crystal, and then it didn't make it any better that I found out via Twitter, because the people on Twitter find out everything, that they actually are cool and hang out outside
Who?
of
Who?
this reunion. The host lady and Crystal.
Okay, see now that changes
I,
it a
fi-
little
I
bit.
didn't like I
That
didn't
doesn't
like her. I didn't like her while I was watching the reunion, and then after I was
that
scrolling the comments, on Twitter, and so that made me, and I didn't like how she did Robin when she was like, "Robin, you did yoga, do the work, breathe." It came off as condescending to
I
me, and I
didn't
was
catch
like,
that
"Bitch."
there, but since you said she and Crystal are friends in real life, that irritates me and thinks that she was being biased. I don't want no they don't need to be biased at all. That's the issue. That's why a lot of people got issues with Mr. Andy Cohen. Like you can't be biased, and you need to be like unaffiliated to a degree when you're hosting things like that, and that's not cute. But overall, I thought it was a good reunion. A lot of people were like talking about the fashions, of course, and I think that overall everyone looked good, but Robin was probably the only one that like kind of stepped it up to like try to make it look like a reunion look, in my opinion. All the other ladies look cute and but they always look cute. So it's like you need to step it up an even bigger level, I feel like, for the reunion. But for their first reunion, I think overall everything was cool and whatnot.
Being that it was their first reunion, I thought they looked good. Um everybody had nice outfits for me. Being that the looks throughout the entire season, I will say, I was expecting more, but
Yeah.
I become accustomed to how reunions look at this point, and they didn't look like that. Me personally, I like when the reunions are color coordinated and everybody's kind of sitting and they might have different shades of the same color, right? Like what that was Potomac just did the pink. Everybody had their own different shades on of the pink. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I like it better when they look like that and there's some type of theme. I will because baby, them Salt Lake City wives was giving Disney characters. But we gonna talk about them when we talk about them.
Please
But for me, I
don't
thought
ruin
they looked good. But for
don't
me,
ruin my
I said on my video, favorite dress was Kira. I liked what she gave, with the one sleeve and then the sleeve. She just looked a little bit real to me, and how I'm feeling about Kira,
I think I like Tiffany's the best. But but like you said, I like it when it's
baby.
cohesive because it's hard to compare
Tiffany is
and
my
contrast.
girl.
Huh? I love her. It's hard to compare and contrast looks that are just like not
Oh, I didn't
they're
say
not
anything.
similar. Hmm? They weren't similar. None of the looks were
You
similar enough that I would feel like I would give a accurate comparison to say, oh, this was the best dressed person, because it kind of looked like it didn't look like they were all going to different places, but it just it was kind of like okay, this I don't okay. It was no like one whole vision, but anyway, more so about the context of the reunion. um i I still really like Robin. I still hope that there's a season two, but I did catch myself at a couple of times just kind of like, I don't know, like I want her to like, and I get it, it's hard to not, you feel like someone is just coming at you and speaking on you incorrectly. Like I get it, but I just want her to sometimes kind of just don't even look in that direction, because it's almost like they're kind of like catcalling at this point. I feel like because they
you
know
talking about that
that,
temper tantrum.
yeah, I know, yeah, I know that it's like they know how she's going to react because she's proven it multiple times. So they know exactly how to get up in there and piss her the fuck off. And I just don't think that I want. I could see. I see so much more for her than to like stop her shine in those moments by like going off on them or just blowing up and stuff. But I get why she does it. It just, yeah.
I mean, listen, I get it. I get it, but when you say you have friends that are this age, and this age, and this is what you do, and you want to present as the mature person, you want them to not antagonize you because you have mental illness, and I'm not knocking it, and I understand it. And there are some times when, yes, heat of the moment, I will can be rather vicious, but in that moment, I could have stayed. See, like you could have said everything you had to say. Like Robin gives me very that shit verbally spar from your seat because you standing up and doing what you're doing. Talking about I didn't have a breakdown. I didn't have a breakdown. Baby, you having a breakdown right now from what it looked like. But can I say in that moment, I was so glad when she walked off. Tiffany, I don't care what nobody say about Tiffany. I'm gonna forever go up for Tiffany. When she
I love
said, listen, you want them to receive everything you saying, and when you say it's not what you saying and that they taking it wrong, but yet in the same token, you don't want to accept what they saying to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to grow, you not right. And I hope that's a connection that she keeps because Tiffany goes up for her when she right and she let her know when she wrong. And that's the type of person she needs in her life. I
Yeah.
like that. Can I say though, I kind of feel a little bit different towards Kira. Um, because I thought she was just mad about the IG thing. And when she said, y'all saw me respond to Robin, but y'all didn't see her when she asked me who peen I had to suck to get where I'm at, and Robin didn't deny that she said it.
Yeah, if that's true, then
If
oh
you know what I'm saying,
us.
if that's true, I can see why Kara don't want to take no picture with you. And like I said on my video, like first of all, that's demeaning to undermine this lady accomplishments like that. You know what
Which
I'm saying?
but I
And
wouldn't want to work with you then. Why would
that's
you want to
one.
work with me and
Number
I
two,
actually did all that?
and then number two, if she did big plans to get at least if in the luxury realty market, you got people sucking peen every night, all day on their lunch break for somebody that they living with, paying all the bills, eating all their children's snacks, and dropping them off to work. So at least the peen that she did suck, if she did it, which I don't believe she did, put her in a place where she would be able to take care of herself and provide for her family the way she do. I felt that was low down and that was dirty. Like, I love Robin, but if that's what came and you did deny it, you deny everything else. You didn't she I believe it's true. Cause she
I,
denied not having a breakdown and all. I didn't have a breakdown and oh I didn't say this or I didn't do that. But she didn't deny that. She sat there and was like I said it and what?
believe it. I believe it because yes, she didn't deny it, and then also it's just that's an easy read. Just like your mom, your mama. Like it's an easy, read to say to somebody, and that's usually that's what a lot of times men, women, whoever like to use against other people. It's just easy. So I can easily see her saying that because of that, and then I could also see her saying that and it not being true because I've been following Kira on Instagram, YouTube, and stuff like that, and she's been killing the real estate down there for a while now. So, and a lot of the people that she works with, a lot of them are like the reason why I actually started following her because one of the um really popular YouTube couples I used to watch, they're not together anymore or whatever. She sold them some property or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, they was together. So I know she wasn't doing that with him. And even yesterday I seen her with at a closing or whatever. And it was a couple. So she closes a lot of times with couples. And like, just even if she didn't, I just don't believe that that's just what she just never gave me that type of energy because I mean, let's be real and break it down for what it is. It's like how like it just that's not even realistic to say that she's gotten to this point solely based off of like doing those types of things that and then for you say that and then also on the other hand you're like but you want to come together and collaborate on something. I'd be like no fuck you, not even about the picture. Yeah, fuck the picture, but also fuck you too because it's like so on one hand you do you respect my business ethic and my work ethic or do you not, like because those are two conflicting things. You don't usually say that to
Right.
somebody who you think is about their business. So yes,
Not at
as far
all.
as Kira,
And then
I
why
I'm,
would you want to do something with her like that?
I'm neutral on Kira again. I'm not saying like I'm like oh my god like how I feel about Tiffany or whatever. Like no, I
No,
don't
no.
feel like her.
No,
I don't
no, I'm
despise
not.
her. Yeah, I don't like feel. I
Right.
don't feel as much as I did maybe like in episode one or two. Like now I'm kind of like okay, whatever. And
No,
then
she is back to the baseline for me. Like starting off
yeah,
season two, she would be like as if a brand new person was coming on,
which
and
I'm
we got to see what they're
fine
about.
with. I said that at the end of my video. I was like, okay, if there's gonna be season two, like I'm gonna start off with a clean slate with everybody. I want to try to do that with everybody, with all shows. But this one specifically, I'm gonna try, even though
Crystal
Crystal, she
ain't getting no clean slate from me. She's still gonna be where she at, and she got to work her way back to neutral.
I'm
I can't
the
because
old stuff.
she's still a gaslighter. She's
Yes.
still a gaslighter. Like when she came out with that beast comment, and they was like, she was like, "Well, can we get a clap for that?" And they was like, "No," because they clocked it. Like you using your family pedigree as an excuse to be a bitch.
Hmm.
Period. That's what you using it for. Using it for an excuse. Like let's be real. Let's be real about it, Barb. She was not going after closing with Kira because she's a beast and it's about business. She hated Tiffany. I would, at the end of the day, like, listen, I'm no Kenya Moore fan, right? But what I can appreciate is that she stands on what the hell she say. And it is, I did this simply because you did this to me and I ain't like it. You came at me, so I'm going to come back at you. Or, I don't like you. So I owe you nothing. If she would have been that type of person and stood on it instead of doing the dirty stuff and then coming back and act like, oh, it was nothing. Oh no, I do that. I'm a Kimborough and my grandmother's a litigator and my or her mom's or whoever the hell was the litigator. My daddy bought stock in Apple before it was Apple.
Hmm.
Girl, what that mean? What that mean? That gives you a right. And just like when she was saying when she made the trigger t-shirts. Oh,
That's
well,
just
I think about business first. Girl, I would have
trash.
girl.
Which
I'm
only
sorry.
further solidified the fact that you guys were never best friends. There's so many things about this. There, you see so many uh fractions, whatever fragments in their friendship or lack thereof, I should say, at this point. That is just like fractures. Like you guys were never best friends because
They were
this
surface level
would have
associates.
you would have known. And I'm not saying, because sometimes I'm the type of person, I like to sometimes go through my own stuff, and I don't always verbalize everything why I'm actively going through it. But no, if you are best friends with somebody, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, like I mean, I thought that she was going through depression once upon a time, but like I didn't think, blah blah blah. I'm like, if you were best friends with somebody, you're gonna you no you would have been privy to that, and then you also wouldn't have further came at them crazy when they verbalize that to you. Like everything that Robin was saying, it's like unless it fits into your world of how things are supposed to be, like you don't see it for that, and that is so like crazy to me. Like we're all different people, and just because something is not the way that you proclaim it to be doesn't mean that it's not that. Like so yeah, you're disgusting for all of those things. And then a lot of people had like conflicting viewpoints on when she got emotional about the about her having a miscarriage and whatnot. And I don't know, like it's just in general hard for me to sympathize with her on a lot of stuff because I don't know her intentions behind a lot of stuff. And I hate that I have to feel like that. And I hate that I have to say that, and it's not me trying to diminish anything that she's gone through. I'm never going to take that away from her, but it's just hard for me to like get like, have that connection and be like, oh, okay, like,
The tears came out of nowhere for me. I was like, I was feeling like, did they cut something out that we missed um to explain these tears?
yeah.
I was so very confused, honestly, about that. That confused me. I'm not gonna speak on her in the miscarriage because that's not my place to say she was lying, she was that, but
Yeah.
she,
Oh no. I'm
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that, and if she did, like Tiffany said, in God's timing, you know what I'm saying? If it's for her to be a mother, she'll be one. But at the same time, I am so sick of people saying that they were mom shaming. Like,
I
listen,
didn't feel it. I have no kids. I felt no type of way by anything that was said about anything. I don't feel a type of way. There are so many things. Sorry to cut you off, but there's just so many things that you as a mother have to think about that I don't have to think about. Like that is a fact. So anytime anybody wants to feel, a type of way, it doesn't mean that that you think of me any less or that you're any more important. Like it doesn't mean any of that. I don't know why people are grasping at straws when it comes to that topic. It's so weird to me.
It's crazy to me because even within you and I, right? There's differences. Like you said, I think about things differently from you, or because I have more things to think about as far as being a mother. You have a husband. I don't have to worry about consulting with nobody or, whatever goes on in marriages and making decisions. Decisions are made solely by me in my household because it's just me in my household. I don't
Mhm.
feel like, if we was to have a conversation, we've had conversations and you were like, things that were going on and it has been dates changing and blah 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 blah, right?
Mhm.
I didn't feel because you was talking about it that you were wife shaming me because you're a wife. I just felt like that was what you had going on at the time. We were making our schedule and discussing, when we can record things. Just like when I'm like, hey, no, I this day we got a this appointment, or we can record from this time to this time, and then I'm free at this time to this time because I have to go get the kids. Not throwing that in your face. That's just what I have to do.
Yes.
Like that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
I don't understand. I didn't no, I have no bad ill feelings thinking that like Crystal was lying or anything. Like I totally believe that she experienced that, and I do, I do feel for her in that regard. But it just like you said, it came out of nowhere, and it was kind of just like she just we never know her intentions behind things. That it's just hard to be like, okay, where's this coming from? Is it just because you were just moved by their words and like it was really in the moment, or like what like what's going on, Crystal? Like what's up? Like, and it's like you would want to like her. You want to like her so bad, but mm-mm. They didn't say anything negative about Kiana or anything like that. I really feel like she should have been there, but whatever. Anyway.
I feel like she should have been there, and I feel like it would have been a whole different dynamic to the reunion had she been there.
Mhm.
Because she thinks she in charge of the girls, just like I said in my review, right? But what I can say is I appreciate them not discussing her in her absence.
Because if this was Bravo, it would have been a different story. But we'll get
We
into
gonna
that.
get to it.
Oh God, so mad. But I mean, overall, I think it was a good season. I am excited if they have a season two. Definitely will be talking about that, I'm sure. And I mean, I'll be keeping tabs on social media and we'll see.
Girl,
Mhm.
me
Yeah,
too.
something always pops off before a new season comes on. So we'll see. But I think that's all we have for that. We want to get into I was about to start singing.
Look,
Y'all ever. I
you know, you,
welcome
cause
to
you know that.
Vegas.
Listen,
I need to stop.
why don't you come and pay me? Give me that money. Give me diamonds. Buy me rubies, baby. It's some whores in this
Just
house. It's some whores in this. Listen.
not enjoy it.
I
I want
played
to
the intro about 2 or 3 times before I watched the episode. I can't even
I
lie.
past it. I'd be like, like, because it's like I don't want to like. I don't even want to be giving you my time and energy because I know the next 58 minutes are about to piss me off. But somehow I'm still there every week. Somehow.
Listen, listen. j- We gonna get into how I feel about Jocelyn in the episode, but can I just say, I I like the song, baby. I wish I had me a
Yeah.
hat on. I wish I
Yeah.
had me a hat. I'ma use my little eyeglass cleaner lens.
I'm not doing
Look,
this.
it's falling. It's falling. It don't want me to be great. Welcome
I'm not.
to
I
Vegas,
can't.
baby. Why don't you come and pay
Well,
me?
yeah, because that's like
I love it. I wanna ride. I wanna
up
ride.
there
I wanna
be
ride.
a
I wanna ride.
oh, I can up there and be a better member of the cabaret than a lot. And I'm saying it with full confidence that I could get up there and probably be way better than them because I don't know, man. And I honestly, I'm sorry to say it, and it's nothing, not to discredit the girls how they look, nothing like that. But I really do feel like she purposely, like a lot of the girls last season, I felt like looked better than her, and I really feel like she was specific about who she picked this season and whatnot. And how she was shaking things up because she wanted to make sure that she don't get outshined by anybody. And it's sad that that's just a sad case for me. But overall, this episode, pissed me off, to say the least. And especially that, really, let's just get right into that. It was pretty much fluff, 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 arguments, arguments, drama, up until Amber finally decided that she wanted to, take it up with Black Diamond and her use of the N word in, what was it, last week's episode, or was it last week or episode before that, whatever it was. We're episodes later now, and she decided to, kick it off with her just now. And
Before
I, hmm?
when Amber said I got credit cards and she said I got finger hut.
I was like I was, and I rewound it like 3 times because, and I wrote it down. She said, I got finger hurt, credit karma. What she say? First premiere. She said some other stuff, and I was like, oh my God, honey, no. I'm like, she should have said a rush card. Like, that's what I was thinking. Baby Fat used to have those credit cards. Like, that's all I was thinking. Like, I'm like,
Oh,
come on. It's not to credit shame anybody, God forbid, God forbid. But I was like, girl, like, come on, you could have just not even did that. Like, you could have just left it up. Anyway, but I totally understand where she was coming from, and I totally understand that this is just, this isn't the first time that we've seen this play out before. This is just a continuous thing that we see happening, and people are always going to have conflicting viewpoints on it, and this person's going to have their opinion and this person's going to have their opinion. I know where I stand, and it's fuck Black Diamond. Like, I have nothing for her anymore. And I think that, like, a lot of people were upset that Raven didn't jump to her friend's defense. I didn't even care about that as much as I was just like, why didn't she just pull her friend to the side and try to explain to her, even if that's how you want to talk over there and do whatever you want to do over there, like that, hey, you probably, like, just you choose your battles in life, and she should have told her friend that this is not the battle you want to choose today, tomorrow, or next week, whenever, for as long as we're in this house, you should just don't even do it. But she didn't. So yeah, she did her friend a disservice in that respect, but she got everything that she was asking for, in my opinion. And that's not me condoning violence. That's just me calling a spade a spade.
listen, I was here for Amber whipping her ass. I don't care if they say I'm condoning violence. I was here for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at all. Like, I'm not mad. Like, I don't care. And I think that what happened was it Jocelyn, and then Jocelyn, I mean, she knew she couldn't say no either. She was just like, oh, that's what you get. And I was like, yeah, that is what she gets, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you have to, like I said, you have to know when you got to know your audience. You got to know when you got to have some humility about yourself, and you need to know when you need to come about that ignorance. And I say that because she was so dead set on letting us know that no one's going to educate her and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, but you sound like, you just overall just sound like, so she's just not an intelligent girl from what I've seen. And I want Chanel to leave. I need Chanel to leave immediately and never, listen to me, will never look back. Chanel, leave and don't ever come back. Like, if they ask you to come back, don't even, honestly, you don't even need to come to the reunion. Like, you just need to leave this era, this phase of your life, like, in the past. Like, I feel so bad. And I know you didn't watch last season, but like, she just needs to not be there. I don't know what is going on, but she needs to want better for herself, because this is not a good look for her at all. Like, at all. And it's just, it just makes me sad for her.
When I see Chanel, I see a defeated spirit. Like her whole spirit is defeated. Okay, her whole everything is defeated, and I want her. I do want her to leave, but I want her to grow up here from somewhere before she leaves and
Yeah.
cuss all of them out. I want her to cuss all of them out. One from Lexi Blow, like you smiling in this girl face, but in your confessional, you on some, oh, we weren't friends last season, but I was trying to be nice to her, but we ain't need two captains. So if you, that's the way you genuinely feel, why you getting this girl face talking to her, trying to get camera time, but I'm disappointed in you because you dropped the bag. No, you not. You got what you wanted. You glad that Jocelyn treats her like crap. I feel like Jocelyn only brought this girl back to further humiliate her because she saw her as weak. She didn't bring her back to help her or to have her in her cabaret, because I still stand on what I said in my review. There's no way Amber should have been picked over her.
No. Talking about
There's no way. Amber can't shake. She could not dance for Big Frida, baby. Big Frida would tell her, you gotta go. There's no ma'am. No ma'am. She should not have been. Jocelyn only brought that girl back because she knew for sure she had somebody she could humiliate and treat like crap. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of those videos I sent you on that page with the girls and they doing their lives. Amber is like very much when Kay Capri was saying about they questioned her womanhood and how she feels about being a, them comparing her to EJ Johnson, right? I don't want to say
she should have left too. She should have left at that photo shoot. I would have been out. Like,
but when she was saying that and she was saying F Jocelyn, this, that, and the third, Amber was very much on some, no, you can't say that about Jocelyn. Call her to have a conversation. When the cameras are not on, Jocelyn does this for us and Jocelyn does that for us. And that reminds me of the abusive spouse that will beat your ass and drag you to hell in front of everybody, all out in the street, and then come and apologize to you in the public with some $9.99 flowers from the Winn-Dixie saying, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I love you, but you make me act like this. Because she was saying, Jocelyn got to turn up for the cameras. No, baby. Jocelyn is treating y'all how she feel. Be out like y'all beneath her. But I want her to know, first of all, you is just running your own strip show, okay? Because technically what you have going on ain't even a cabaret. Because a cabaret comes with choreography, with matching costumes. Let's be clear on what a cabaret is. You running a strip club. Y'all don't have no routines, no nothing. So you right back where you started, except for this time you making all the money instead of somebody making it for you. This time you the owner of the club that perform. That's it. That's all. While you around here thinking you better than them, you still got a struggle life. You still walking around being engaged to the next man that still ain't married your ass.
Weren't they? Yeah, they were on what was it, Marriage Boot Camp?
They was on Marriage Boot Camp, and he asked her to marry her, but where's the wedding?
She loves to call him her husband, but I think that is that another spiritual marriage. I guess it is, because I don't.
Maybe that's the same kind of marriage her and Stevie J had, because wasn't he supposed to be her husband? Oh, okay.
I thought about that. Yeah,
I ain't forget
that. She likes to do that. What she likes to go. Whatever is the big thing this week is what she likes. If they asked her to be back on Love and Hip Hop next week, then she would be fuck the cabaret. She's off to that. Like she was.
No, I don't think she's gonna go back. I don't think they would ask her, and I don't think she would.
I don't think they would ask her
because she thinks she's better and she's arrived. I don't think she'll go back to
ask her.
Atlanta. Well, she was trying to be on Miami, but she didn't really do many things on Miami either. They just talked about her. They just used her name, and she filmed maybe 1 or 2 scenes.
Prima Donna. Yeah, I remember that. But I think I just more so mean that she just goes, and I get it. You go where the money goes. I get that, but this is her moneymaker, and she had her hit with her other song and stuff like that. So she just kind of whatever is making.
Baby, I just seen the video. We're on Funky.Neva page on IG. I just seen the video of her performing that he posted yesterday, and baby, she looks good, but she sound horrible. You ain't even no real artist. That
Yeah.
music ain't you got one or two hits. The Welcome to Vegas of Vegas, whatever this song is called, and the Do It Like It's My B-Day. But we ain't forgot about you when you was high off your ass in somebody's studio. In my gut, get in my gut. Girl, sit your raggedy ass down, and they walk around here like they can't tell her nothing. Girl, I remind her of her alias, Chanelica Benecourt. Don't play with me. See, that Benny down, I'd have been kicked out the cabaret the first day sitting on the damn van. Because first of all, I like to eat too much to be sitting out here all day. Where is the food?
Oh, I wouldn't have been out.
Girl, ooh. See, next week, baby, I'ma find a buzzer and I'ma just bleep, bleep, bleep. My whole section on this probably be and beep, because I know I'm gonna be cussing her out for filth. I know I'm gonna be cussing her out. Because at the end of the day, if Jocelyn is really doing that for them girls, I'd rather see her uplifting them like that on TV than to see her with this pimp hoe mentality. When really the truth of the matter is, you still a hoe because Ballistic your pimp.
Yeah, she want to be a madam so bad, and it's really just quite baffling because she, just like everyone says, she was so dead set on saying that, given the opportunity, she would do right by, girls and try to, do something to make them, re-navigate their lives over here and, give them an opportunity to do that. And she's literally like making them look worse than they are when they even walk through the door. I think that, she like if this is not, again, this probably needs to be like the last season of this because it's not even funny anymore. I don't even be laughing. I'd be mostly sitting there. This is me the entire time I'm watching it. Like I'm just like that the entire time. Whereas last season it's like ha 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 hee hee ha ha ha. No, I don't even be doing that.
I don't know about last season, but I know this probably gonna be my first and last because you really around here like you the boss and you really still a worker. Because if you doing a cabaret, truthfully told, Tyler Perry don't dress up as Madea no more unless he want to. Oprah don't dress up and be in movies no more unless she want to. She have her own network for people to come and do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? Like you still a worker. And I get it. Some people just enjoy performing, and she might enjoy performing. But baby, like your name ain't even all of that. Where people will come support a cabaret without you being in the performance. Let me see that. Let me see you put on a cabaret and it be sold out and packed with some actual choreography, dance skills.
Yeah, I really don't understand the whole like. I really enjoyed the last season with them trying to like learn the routine and stuff like that. I don't know why that went out the window this season. It's just a free for all. But I think that made it it made the audience take her and everything serious just a little bit more. Cause this it's just like, are you okay? Like you up there doing this looking one way, they up there doing that looking one way. We see behind the scenes that it's a whole like fiasco. Do you really think that you're about to have a residency and this is really going to be what it is? Unless for some crazy reason this is all for TV and it really is legit behind the scenes. Ain't nobody taking you all serious with this. Like just get off my screen. But we'll see. She picked I'm pretty sure Amber is probably not going to be a part of it anymore, as well as I think she's going to pick K Capri and Raven, which I don't even care anymore. She should have picked Chanel because I think she danced the best out of everybody. But we know she's not going to do that. So
I don't know. But I will say I stand corrected because I didn't think she would ever pick K Capri. But look like on the upcoming scenes, she picked her. And baby, when she got on her head, I said
she can't. She brought. I was like, thank God she brought it back. This second round of tryouts.
She did her thing.
She did. And I can't take that from her. And I think overall everybody danced better. They definitely did. Even,
Wet didn't. Wet didn't.
She did.
I don't know why Wet went on that show. They casted Wet just because she went in that audition saying, I'm wet, never thirsty, because I stay wet. That's the only reason why they cancel her. Because I know damn for sure it wasn't for the dancing skills. Girl, I seen 3-year-olds at a block party shaking better than her. Girl, no, ma'am. Girl, the girl.
In comparison to other girls. But she did what Wet could do. I'm going to give her that. She did what Wet could do. And Henny, she did a lot better. I think just overall, as a collective, they did a lot better. But
everybody did better but her. She still gets an F. She didn't have a shake. She had a shake. That was not a shake. That was a.
That's the thing. Actually, I'm not gonna say it. Whatever. Moving on, because we're gonna go on a whole different.
What's the next show? Because them hoes tired. Them and Jocelyn.
Let us get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which will be our second to last. We did not. Oh, we didn't review the first part, did we? At this point, we'll probably.
We did the first one.
We did. I think we did.
We did the first one.
The finale. We didn't do an episode last week.
Yes, we did. We did the season. You right.
Not that there's much of a difference. We just mush it all together right now, I guess, and say that. Yeah. So hopefully this is well, we're not gonna be supporting this next season anyway, so it don't matter. But somehow this got to be the Mary M. Cosby show because the entire time, that's all for the past 2 parts now, that's all we've been talking about. Like, is this woman who is not even there to be able to defend herself, as well as we talked about the deceased, and we just watched Lisa Barlow backpedal and just completely just shift around blames, and her lies came to the forefront time and time again, all over the stage, continuously for 2 hours at the. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with this show. I know what should happen to this show, but we'll see. We'll see, what Bravo does and how picky choosy they continue to be with camera time and giving people a platform that don't deserve a platform. But the way I was going off on Twitter, like, you would have thought that, like, I was about to start.
I saw you.
Like, I was so pissed because they really were like, I'm like, is no one seeing this? Like, and that tweet damn near went viral because it was just like, y'all gotta, like, I never want to see her on Bravo again, Mary. I never want to see her on Bravo because the way that they just jumped on her back to gain money off of her name was just, like, ridiculous. The fact that you guys can't carry the show on your own, that you need to just pick out little bits and pieces of things that happen in regards to her is, like, really weird to me. And I'm not understanding why no one else is not seeing this for what it is. Because I see it. I do. But I shouldn't be surprised, though. It's not.
I had to look down and read me a prayer before I start talking about these Salt Lake City wives, because they took me to a whole new level. To paint Mary as the predator, to paint Mary as the racist.
That was disgusting.
Like, with everything that editing can do, being that what came out about Jenny came out after the fact that y'all taped this reunion, all that should have been cut short. It should have been cut short for me. Then for Heather on the end of the second part, towards the end of the second part, did you catch that when she was trying to make it like Mary had an affair with the dead man camera?
I'm like, are you serious? Like, how low can
I am baby? Mary M. Crosby lives rent-free in their head. Lisa Barlow, the way you got destroyed on that reunion and the way your liquor ain't nowhere. Heather, the way you tried to say we couldn't find your DUI when Lisa said it, and the next thing you know, the people went and found it. Baby, y'all can't tell me Mary don't have God working on her side, God and the African angels. Because every time y'all try to paint this lady to be something that she's not, y'all get it. And don't get me wrong. Do Mary say some ignorant shit?
Yeah.
Yes. She said some very ignorant stuff. It be a hoot. But to me, she says nothing worse than the rest of y'all say. But she ain't painting none of y'all as no predator who prey upon people. Whereas we know, Jen, you had a business that preyed upon people. Whitney, your husband was running a Ponzi scheme. Heather, you look like just what Mary said, built like a refrigerator and a deep freezer combined. And you a Mormon. So we know that we done heard that's some kind of a cult. But we're going to talk about Mary and her church. And I liked when Jen said it was a Mother's Day ceremony. And that's why they were talking directly to Mary. Let me tell y'all people something out there who don't know. When you go to the black church, baby, if you got a black pastor and it's a man on Father's Day, you're going to talk about your pastor, okay? On pastor anniversary, and when it's something about your pastor, people ain't just talking about God. They're going to say to honor their pastor. If y'all don't do that in y'all churches, I'm sorry. It don't belong to no cult. Because I tell anybody, baby, Pastor Keon Henderson, my pastor dresses, baby. If you don't know about it, look up the Lighthouse Church. We stream every Sunday on YouTube and on Facebook. My pastor dress. Can't nobody tell me nothing about my pastor. That's just the way it is. I ain't in no cult. I ain't mortgaging my house. We made a whole season talking about this man mortgaged his house and gave Mary $300,000. So find out he mortgaged his house, did not give Mary $300,000, only gave her 10%. And all you Bible thumpers out there and people who claim to be Christian, y'all know in the Bible that's called what? Tithing, 10% of your income. So tell me, what the fuck did he do? Ooh, see, this is why I had to, Lord. I need the Trinity and the peace that Mary be having to come over me right now, because they full of. Like, I don't care what happened to this episode. I don't care what happened to these series. I don't care what happened to none of them.
I can't wait for I can't wait. I just want to hear from Coach Shaw. But overall, just like you
Coach
said,
Shaw ain't even real married to that lady. They living in two different houses. They only film together. I don't care what nobody see.
You couldn't tell me like that has just been y'all's dynamic. He's gone for what, 360 days out of the year, and you be over here with 85 people around you, and you can't tell me you not doing whatever, and he not like.
That's why Meredith say. That's why Meredith say, y'all know who y'all are.
That's y'all's business. That's the issue that I have with so many of these people, is that if you're gonna put it out there and if it's gonna be what it is, then let it be what it is. Like, well, I don't care. Like, you don't pay my bills, so do what you want. That's fine. But my thing is also just everybody trying to put everybody else's stuff out on Front Street, and then yet they got their own skeletons hanging out the closet too. And we could see, I could see that skeleton right there. I see its hands hanging out the closet. That's my problem. And that's why every time Lisa turned her head left and right, she was getting slapped with something that she said or orchestrated. Not saying that, Heather and Whitney, they also orchestrated a lot of stuff. And everyone was kept talking about how Meredith sounded like a lawyer. And I was like, guys, that's her. She has a law background, right? And
I'm about to say Meredith is a lawyer. See, but that's the thing. Sully got on Lisa. Baby, Sully built her case the whole season, the whole reunion, part 1 and part 2, asking little bit questions. I said, oh, she building her case against Lisa. When she said, did you feel like I had your back when this happened at your event? Did you, before I answer this, did you? I said, baby, come on, prosecutor.
Like, this franchise probably has like the pettiest storylines out of all of the franchises. I really feel like, yeah. Even though, for a while it was like, how Giselle and that whole thing with them trying to come after Eddie and that start those rumors and stuff like that. This surpasses like any of the previous seasons of the other franchises. I feel like the ones I watch at least, because the fact that you have to literally like like it was like pulling like all the teeth out of someone's mouth for Heather and Whitney and whoever to be literally trying to prove that this woman was not at her father's memorial and all that. Like, I wouldn't have nothing to say to nobody again. Like, for you, you really trying to challenge me on that? Like,
Girl, listen, I can't tell you to this day if my dad's funeral was on a Friday or a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday, right? I can't tell you the exact date. I was so far out of it, I didn't even want to be there.
there's a
I'm
difference.
just being honest. I didn't even want to be there. At the time, my drink was the little Sky Vodka. You know how when they used to have the little Sky Vodkas in the thing, girl. But that was the drink at the time, and that was my drink. And I was like, man, I'm not staying. I'm leaving. And my best friend was like, listen, I'm gonna buy you a case of them. You can't leave, because I wanted to be numb. I did not want to be there. So for me, that was so cringeworthy. Like, bruh, I know we ain't supposed to condone violence, but that's some stuff right there. Like, I'd have had to clock all of them. Like, you not, first of all, I don't care when this lady daddy's memorial was. The fact of the matter is, y'all know this man passed. Why? Why are we going into semantics about when this man passed and what's going on? I just think that was despicable.
Yet we're just gonna like not pay attention to the fact that you guys have all these like fractures in y'all's lives and storylines as well. Like, hello. And which is really kind of sucky because I didn't really have like such like animosity toward anybody really coming into this season. Like, yeah, Jen, we've heard everything that's going on with her and her legal issues and whatnot. So of course it's all like, okay, if that's true, then it's F Jen and whatnot. And we always kind of thought that Mary was kind of like cuckoo or whatever. Like, we kind of had like certain opinions about them or whatever. But I think this season really put the nail in the coffin for literally the like 99% of everybody on the stage. So my only recommendation can be that we just scrap the whole cast and start anew. I'm good with that. I don't know. Maybe I'll probably just keep Meredith, honestly. But I mean, I don't even know what her storyline was. What was her storyline mainly this season? I don't know. But overall, like I said, I'm excited to see the husbands, what they got to say. I'm not excited to talk about Meredith and her marriage and that whole thing because I don't really understand what more needs to be said at this point. Like, they were separated. That's their business. I'm not really understanding what more needs to be said about that.
I feel like they were separated. Her husband know what she was out there doing. He know she know what he was out there doing. And if that's what and it was okay for them, then it was okay for them. Why are we discussing it?
I don't know, because people try to weaponize things that they've heard against you, and when it doesn't impact you the way that they want, they just continue to just like spew all this stuff that doesn't matter. Like, people hate to see the weapons that you form against them. They hate to see you dodging them and like letting them roll off your shoulders. Like, they're good.
I just feel I just feel like at this point, y'all not doing nothing. It's not as if her husband didn't know. So what was your point? That's the thing. If her husband knew and he was okay, why does it matter?
It doesn't.
Why does
But
it matter? And y'all mad? Y'all mad because Meredith still out here getting more D than y'all separated and married?
I guess so.
Because
That's what
cause
came down.
Whitney, I don't believe you doing that man like that. That's why you tried to put it on camera and it looked so unnatural.
Well, no, she was that was after earlier in the season she was complaining that they were like the sex wasn't hitting for what it was supposed to be hitting for. So, or they weren't they haven't been having it as much. Like we know that that's her going on with her sex life. Heather, yeah, okay, I'm gonna just leave that at that. So yeah, that's yeah. At the end of the day, that's all I can think of. It's not this. It's not this. It's not that. It must be jealousy at this point. That's the only plausible justification that I can think of. But whatever. And I have nothing to say about canceled ass Jenny because she's a non like it doesn't even require anything to talk about with her because she doesn't matter. I think that's really it for
I
them.
don't care
We'll
about
be back
Jen. I
for
ain't
part
even
three.
about to waste my time on her.
I know. That's why I'm like, I think we're done with that. We'll be back for part three. But let's get into Kandi and the gang down at the OLG.
Baby,
Oh,
Alberta is the truth. Candy and the gang is why I have on this headset today, okay? Because this is what Chandrilla needs down to the candy factory, okay? And this is all she needs to do. This right here. You ready?
she needs
Thank you for
that.
calling. Thank you for calling the Candy Factory where we're having a wonderful day today. Hold one moment, please. Down
Bruh.
one line one. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all she need to do. Have one of these and say, "Thank you for calling," and pass it on. That's it. If she can be on time for that.
She needs to go
Hmm.
to an edit like a what was it, charm school? Can we bring that back? Maybe she needs to go to charm school and learn
Maybe
some.
so. Monique out here looking for jobs, so she might take that back.
Oh, that would probably be good. Yeah,
I
she's
like the on charm school. That was no shade to Monique. I liked her. I felt like she got them girls together for real. I liked her, and I think
wait, who they were talking
Candy
about
needs.
somebody needs to put her in something. Who was it the other day? They're like, oh, someone should put her over here. I can't remember. Look online.
If it
But
was, I about to say, if it was me and you when we was talking, she need to be put in the unemployment line. Is what I see.
no, someone was like, no, give her a chance. Put her on as some producer. Who was it? I don't remember. It wasn't Dolly Perry. It was somebody. Anyway, I like the show. It's getting a lot of smoke because of the ratings, and a lot of people are comparing it to Portia's show. When we were speaking yesterday, we kind of specified that Portia's show, of course, the initial ratings, mind you, initial ratings, because they went up and down for that. What was it, like 7 episodes, whatever? They went up and down and up and down. Um, this show might not have, kicked down the door with some blockbuster, super through the roof ratings because we were not expecting to be, privy to any tea that we hadn't heard. Like we weren't anticipating to hear anything. We were anticipating with Portia's show to hear more about the scandal and more like we knew what we were in for. So everybody getting geared up like, oh, it's about to be something. And then once everybody realized this is gonna be some super BS and it really is just gonna make her look bad and it's not even gonna be hitting for what it's supposed to be hitting for, then the ratings went back down. And then when we knew that the fight was coming up, they went back up. So you can't really compare something that was, anticipated so much so because we knew what we were going to be in store for versus something that was just a new, fresh set of people that didn't, this is like, it seems not like this is going to be a family show or something like that, but we knew that this wasn't scandalous, and scandalous things are always going to be a super big hit right off the bat with people because people are nosy and people want to know what's up and people want to see stuff. So this no one, god forbid anybody sits down and wants to see like just people getting along or whatever. Like people, if they probably would have, if there's some crazy rumor that would have started before this came out or something, or the highlights showed somebody punching somebody in the face or something like that, then the ratings probably would have been even higher. But because it just looked like, oh, maybe this would be a good show, and just like it did look like it was going to be super drama, like that was going to be so detrimental. No one, it didn't have the highest ratings, but I think overall it was not bad. It was not a bad first
I
episode.
like the show. I like the show. I like the OLG. I can see this going for seasons because one is called Kandi and the Gang, right? So we can get one season where it's Kandi and the Gang at the OLG. We can get a season where it's Kandi and her dungeon people. Kandi got multiple businesses. So it can be Kandi in any of her gang, to be honest. That's number one. Number two, even if something salacious would have been happening, right? We don't know these people. None of these people on TV before, besides Candy Tide and the OLG. So
Smith
even if
approval.
something super salacious would have happened, we wouldn't have known to look for it because we don't know these people. Whereas with Portia, everybody wanted, because she said when we see her show, we was going to get a clarification of the timeline, and all we got was that the timeline was bullshit. Okay, so people
That's what
wanted
it
to
was.
know, people wanted to know what was going to happen versus, people, the first episode's out. I personally believe, after the way people been dragging the OLG and them not having no generator and the lights going off, all of that's been talked about all week over and over and over via Twitter, via social media sites. So I think next week, the ratings will get higher. I think as the show goes on and people are talking about it, it's gonna get higher because baby ain't Nora 80 talking about throwing somebody over the fence. And when Aunt Bertha called that girl Chandrilla, and Candace said she's still here, she still work there. And Aunt Bertha said, mm-hmm. Now if y'all don't know, when an old black lady say mm-hmm, I'm telling y'all right now, it don't mean nothing good. It just means she trying to hold her tongue for the moment. And normally they don't hold their tongues at all. So I'm waiting to see that. But girl, did you go on Bravo and see the little biographies they wrote about these people? I want to know who did Bravo hire?
On Instagram
So
or
right,
on
these
show?
no, it's on the Bravo website. When you go on Bravo website and you click on Candy and the Gang, they have where they have the cast. They have a little paragraph, about everybody, baby. When it said that cousin Brandon managed the parking lot behind OLG, I said not manage the parking lot, Lord. Not the, it said Chandrilla has she sell glasses,
I saw that
and
on the show.
she have some Airbnbs, and I'm like, well, girl, the Airbnbs must not be doing too good, because why are you still down here? And with your attitude, I can't imagine that you have good reviews on Airbnb. But I'm gonna try
Well,
to see if I can find it.
probably does because she doesn't have to be there with the people doing nothing. Is anything that she has to have interpersonal communication with not her thing? Like no. Mm-mm.
Now I did find Philip on LinkedIn, and he actually managed the restaurants. Like he worked for the Hilton restaurant group at one point. So
Oh,
I'm
man.
hoping he can get it together. But being that he was on a speak on it, and if y'all looking for him on social media, he's under Quasi. Okay, because that's what his friends called him, Quasi. He said that on the speak on it. But he's still there, and but them reviews is still horrible, Philip.
I was reading some of them yesterday because I was like, okay, let me see. Like, and no, a lot of them do say she was just not not very hospitable, and that they're kind of just up down, up down, up down. And it's
Girl,
like,
did you see the one where the people say they serving salted glory greens?
mm-mm, mm-mm. I didn't see that one. I was just like, I quickly skimmed over them just to see, like, okay, are people really like? Not that I think people are lying, because what do they have to lie for? What are they gaining about that? But I was like, wow, like this is not cool. Like, and it comes down to, yeah, they need to hire, like, loyalty is a great thing, but loyalty is not going to keep the lights on. Clearly, loyalty is not going to pay the bills continuously. Like, you cannot build a super business off of loyalty. It just doesn't work like that. So it looks like they just need a clean house, honestly. And I'm not trying to stop anybody's bag or get anybody fired, but they need to go through some employee development courses or and get with the
First of
program.
all, Todd and Candy need to get on the same page on what type of people they
That's
want
the
from their
that's
staff,
the
because they're not even on agreement. So when
that's
y'all
the
not on agreement for how y'all gonna run y'all restaurant, how the staff supposed to be on agreement? And the way they got drunk down there to the party
mm,
gives me they party with them all the time, and so there's no clear differentiation between we're the owners and we're the workers. Because listen, I done been to several Christmas parties, or Thanksgiving and whatever they want to do. Mainly the Christmas parties be the ones with the open door,
mhm.
with the open ball policy, not the open door, the open ball. And one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm gonna have me a few little drinks, but I'm not gonna get pissy drunk
Hell no.
with my employers. It's a baby. Dominique. I was about to call that girl Dominique. Dominique was too damn drunk. But see, they know Dominique in a different way because Dominique dances for the dungeon as well.
Oh, she didn't say that.
Oh no, it's in her paragraph. And then I was watching what that was, Tisa Tells. I was also like, she did a call in, and so I was on
Oh,
a call in with her on last Sunday with her and what's the girl, Jamie, who hangs with Candy, the one who Portia got into that fight with.
okay.
The girl Jamie was on there, and she was saying Dom Unique actually was one of the original dancers for the dungeon. So whenever the
That's
dungeon goes on tour, she
I see.
also dances for them. She also dances for them as well. Now that's one thing about Candy. If she like you, she gonna keep you employed. That's why Don Wino. Well, not only do he run her stuff, but she makes sure he get a piece of Bravo check every time. Everything she do, if you are good and loyal to her, she's going to make sure you get checks.
Which is I'm
Hence,
glad. Like I'm sure she's
I'm
great.
glad it's a good thing, but it
Art.
needs to be for the people who deserve it. Like Sean Driller, you talking about they having all of these different managers, can't nobody tell you what to do, but 4 years, right? 4 years, the way Candy loves loyal people and like to pay people and get people a check. If you was doing what you was supposed to do, I don't see why Candy wouldn't have put you in a management training course to teach you how to run it. You been there, you know everybody, but it's your attitude. So therefore you gonna keep having people over you. Her attitude is very much she thinks she is Candy and Todd and it's her restaurant. And it's not. You a worker. Baby, when Philip said I don't argue with the hourly employees, I say checkmate.
I was totally on his side. I don't care. And
Me too.
call me a hard ass. Call me whatever you want. I don't care because clearly it hasn't been like everybody. Alexa, stop. Sorry. Clearly, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that it's just a free for all in there, and they
They
know
do
at
what
the
they want.
end of the day they're always gonna have a job, just as long as they don't kick her back in, or like don't be disloyal. They know that they could just give whatever type of work ethic, but as long as they're loyal, they're good. So they need somebody that is going to, I'm not saying lead with fear because I don't ever think that that's 100% the answer, but you need to lead with enough regard for the people that are under your leadership, and they will know that okay, this is not something I could just I have to actually put in effort and actually do the job that I was hired to do. They've just been able to get away and just do it whatever, so that just became the norm. And people don't like when they can't do what they want to do. So as far as her coming right off the bat saying like, "Oh, I just don't like him," or whatever, it's because she knew damn well that she wasn't going to just be able to be mediocre up there no more. And I feel like that's kind of like collectively what everyone thought, because even when once the power went out, it was like,
Oh,
"Are
let's
y'all
just sit down.
really?"
Nobody was telling the customers we
No,
apologize for the
the
inconvenience,
water,
nothing.
not trying to facilitate things, not trying to give them some free hors d'oeuvres or something. Like there was none of that. They were just so fixated on, oh, the power's out, so I'm gonna just sit here and we're just gonna talk and kiki. And I'm like, no, no. But like you said before, it starts from the top, the top, 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 the tippy top, which is Kandi and Todd, they need to get on the same page about how they, want to steer this ship, and the rest of it, from there they'll be able to tell, it's a domino effect. It's a trickle down effect, or should I say, where they can tell, okay, this is what we want to see happen. This is where, the direction we want to take it, or whatever. They tell Philip or whatever, Don Juan, Philip, and then, from there it'll get down to, the lowest level employee. Like, it's, and this probably sound, I don't know, maybe because I go to school for business, I don't know, but it's really not that hard in my opinion. And I'm the type person, I don't care what it is, my name is attached to it, oh, like it's going to be all the way together. It's not about to have me out here looking crazy, because at the end of the day, that's what's happening. You looking crazy because, not because, your power is going out, because that's just what happens in that area. It's because your power is going out, and that happens in that area, and that your power goes out. So you wonder why, that might have something to do with the negative, their whatever, their reports and stuff like that they've been failing and stuff like that. And this, a lot of people were like, oh man, this is probably going to make people not want to go and eat there even more, seeing that how this is, the business is ran. I was like, I think people will still go, honestly, because it's a novelty thing. Mostly, I don't really think everyone goes there like when they're like, oh, I'm sure there's a million other soul food places in Atlanta that people go to if they just know, like, okay, I definitely want soul food. But people go here because it's like, oh my God, it's Kandi's restaurant. I might see, a celebrity. I might, like, it's like an experience type thing, just to say, bucket list, like, oh, I went here. I don't really think, a lot of people are going to stop going there for, the simple fact that the quality might not be there, because they still might be able to see a celebrity or something. But don't just take that and think that you could continue to give like mediocre service, and people are, oh, we could just do whatever because people are still going to come. Like, that's what people are going to think. And then that might make people not want to come. But overall, yeah, I like the
Yeah,
show.
because I was watching another YouTuber that's in Atlanta, and he was like, "Listen, we not going to the OLG. It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, people that live there probably.
It's a tourist attraction. But
Yeah,
first of all, me as a tourist, like I say, all the time, I have no shame. I'm a foodie. I like to eat. I'm not waiting 2 hours.
they
And
need
if
to.
I'm up in there eating my food and the lights going off, I'm not about to wait 3 hours. Like Philip wanted to say, stop the people from leaving, but the
I would have
power
left.
company told you the lights not coming back on for 3 hours. Baby, who you think about to sit up in here and wait 3 hours? Catch me if you can. And
I
when
would.
Ty say, "Oh, I'm okay with the lights being out," I say, "I know you lying." Ty, I'ma need you to listen, baby. Go get in that line and get them permits to get that generator.
There's no
Like
excuse.
that just don't even make sense. Y'all can't even take payments. So people who have eaten their food, right, can't even pay you. You losing money. Maybe they doing it like they know the lights go off, so it'll be a tax. They get to write it off. So many discount meals or so many free meals given because the lights went out and we couldn't take a payment. But that just don't make no sense when you have lines around the block. Well, ain't Bertha and ain't Nora and them talking about the staff don't give a damn. Don't seem like the owners give a damn if they ain't getting no generator.
Hello. Some people were saying that they should have just focused on Blaze, because apparently that's more, of the not high quality, but that's the one out of the two that is just better to showcase. And I'm like, I mean, maybe there'll be a season 2 and we'll go over there. Or, I don't know.
It's
We'll see.
supposed to be their upscale restaurant, but from what I hear, that restaurant ain't passing inspections either.
Even worse, I think. And that's why they're like, no, they probably didn't want to go over there, because even though it is a little bit more upscale, it's that situation is even worse within. I'm like, you got to get into like, and that's the thing. Like, was it better before the pandemic? Like, I don't even know if I remember, like, because they've been in business for what, 5 years at OLG at least. Like, so has it ever been like right, or is this just like, come on, like this, it gets kind of old after a while, does it not? And like you said, Don Juan's supposed to be handling stuff at all these other places. So at this point, you might be losing money. technically, because you got to put all your resources continuously into this one thing that is not getting any better. So clearly something needs to change. So even if Philip is not the final end all be all, whatever, I'm glad that there's at least some new energy and a new dynamic getting introduced of, okay, this is how it's going to be. So I hope it works. I don't know. I watched like the first 2 seconds of their on their speak on it, but I need to go back and watch the rest of it or whatever. Um, Overall, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I think that it's still a good idea and it could work, but everybody's got to want to put in the effort, like collectively. Like it's not going to work with just one person wanting it to work or wanting to do their work. Like everybody has to pull their own weight.
Right.
So,
And they need to get rid
and
of staff that don't do nothing.
and people, you do know that people quit or don't work at a place for the rest of their life sometimes because like for a reason, like just because they worked here and it worked out good 3 years ago, maybe you guys are better off without them. Like it's okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm waiting to see what the egg roll man gonna bring. Baby, when he said his toupee,
I was watching Erica De Niro's review and she said that like she had a friend and that was her friend's sibling and that he really is like that in real life and is like super funny and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's
girl,
funny.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I thoroughly
I'm here
enjoyed it.
for it.
I'm waiting to see the old people clown when they asked them about if there was a gang and Ain't Nova said, "Oh no, we not no gang. We go to
We go
church every
every
Sunday." And Mama Joyce say, "I don't
week.
go every Sunday." Girl, I hollered. When I tell you I hollered, I say, and then when Candy told them, Mama, you can't be fussing with the people. And Mama Joyce say,
I don't be
I
fussing.
don't be fussing with nobody. I'm like, Mama Joyce. Girl, Mama Joyce, listen, the way the people complaining about the food and she telling the OLGs go in the kitchen. Stop, don't go in the kitchen. She might won't let them go in the kitchen.
Exactly. Like I would let them in the kitchen. Like they
Baby,
don't. That's
because
the thing. I kind of like,
Aunt
oh,
Bertha look like she make a good macaroni and cheese.
I'm down for it all. I think that at first I was kind of like, oh man, it's just gonna be like Mama Joyce, and like, is it really gonna be like them just causing chaos the entire time? But honestly, they was the most least problematic on the first episode. I'll tell you where the
Right.
problems. The problems lie
I
at the front
think,
door with
I
the first.
think, and that's another reason why I think the ratings want to be low. Because I'm gonna be honest, before the previews, I wasn't really too excited about it. I did not want another Candy, Todd, Mama Joyce, everybody fussing with Todd. Like,
Yeah,
and let's be honest about it. Candy spinoffs don't typically be that good.
bro. I'm that ski thing. I have no idea
You,
what anyone's talking about. I don't think I've ever seen that. The wedding I've seen.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It was not good. And most people think that Candy is the boring housewife. So I think once people get to talking about the other characters are, well, not characters, but the other people in the show, I think the
She
ratings
had
are gonna go up.
different because people continuously, like I said, we're comparing her and Portia. The difference between her, another difference is that everyone around her, even if Candy's boring, everyone around her can, help carry the show and it is interesting, it seems like, and has their own like individual, like they bring something versus Portia over here. It was just like we were mostly wanting to see Dennis at the end of the day because it was just like, what is this? Oh my god.
I
Oh
think
god.
Portia's show, the people say it's not gonna get a season two, right? That's what they say, but you never know. You never know because good, bad, or indifferent. You had your Portia stands who were
I've
going
always
up for Portia,
I've always
right?
been
You had your
a
Portia
fan.
fans who was going up for Portia, and then you had your people who were Portia fans who was like, Portia, you shit. But good, bad, or indifferent, it had people talking about it for days. Like it was trending for days. She was trending for days. So I know it brought in viewers, and I know it brought in money, right?
So,
Um, but I think Portia's show would have been better if she would have
And
let her people be if she would have let her people, Mama Diane, Lauren says some things, but you can tell she kind of hold back. If she would have let them be who they really are and say what they really feel, man, that show would have been 10 times better, because you can tell with the statements that was being made, how they supported her assignment, but the body language, it didn't match. If we would have got to get real life conversation and real life how they feel about it, like at the end of the day, Lauren still calling Dennis her brother-in-law. At the end of the day, not Mama Gina, Mama Diane's talking about, we still family. I don't care what goes on. Even hell, even Simon said whether you and Dennis are together or not, and he was the fiance. If people could have been able to genuinely be themselves instead of being controlled by Portia and told what to say, when to say, and how to say it, I think it would have been better.
I think it was like,
It
oh,
was good to me as far as when you talk about drama, right? Um, it was
yeah,
top tier with
those
the
are two
drama.
different
It
things. Those
bought it.
are two different things. Both of these shows, that was what I was saying in the beginning,
I
are
don't
shows
feel you can
that
compare the
two
two because they're
things.
two different types of shows. They're not. This is not Candy and like if you want to compare a show Candy did, to me, you can compare Candy Wetton show when you had all the drama surrounding Todd, his Mama Joyce not liking him. If you want to compare shows, you can compare that show to Portia's show because it's kind of one and the same. The family getting to know the new man and we preparing for a future and yada yada yada. The family dynamic. This is a completely different show. Everybody always want to make comparison, and you're comparison to people, but you cannot compare the two shows because it's two different type of shows. This is another ensemble cast. It's not just about Candy and Todd. Whereas Portia's show was surrounded by Portia and the people that rotate around Portia, and that's it.
Like you said before, it was like they were saying one thing out their mouth and body language was another. It was like, oh, we love you and Dennis Daddy together. Like it was just so weird, and
But
it
meanwhile, they
really,
all sneaking up to go hang with Dennis.
yeah, it was weird. And my thing is, okay, yeah, even though everyone critiques it for what it was because it was a mess. The only reason why, and with what you just said, it made me realize this. The only reason why Portia might have a second season is because I feel like she will go to lengths that Kandi won't go to, and she'll give things that, like, Candy's not going to be out here like trying to fight or like trying to fight everybody at the same time.
Candy got more to lose.
Exactly. I guess that's what I'm trying to
Candy
say.
a celebrity for real. Portia's
Yeah.
not a celebrity for real.
So Portia she is going to give like a whole different type of energy than and it's not to say one is better than the other, but that's probably why they might, because like you said, even though the ratings were whatever, it was better ratings sometimes because of what the energy Portia was giving. Like, even though it was messy, people wanted to see that whole fight and stuff like that, versus that's something that we won't get on this or whatever. So Bravo, yeah, it might have been, I mean,
Right. Like we not gonna get
what is their
Candy.
leading show right now anyway? What is the most highest? I gotta look that up when we're done. What is their highest rated show right now? I don't even know. So that's the real comparison. Like, we don't need to make historical comparisons anymore, because we know if we were going off historical comparisons, we know that Real Housewives of Atlanta was it for a while, but it's not even like that
Hold
anymore.
it.
They're not getting those ratings anymore. So what are we really comparing here? Are we even making realistic comparisons? Like, no shows
You
are
can't
probably getting those
listen, and
ratings.
this is first of all, so many people, right? You got to remember these shows are coming on Bravo, and TV watching has changed dramatically. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I watch the shows that I watch, right? But most of the time, I'm on Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime. To be honest, most people are watching other things on other
I
streaming platforms. It's not
honestly,
like when these shows first started coming out and reality TV first started coming out, whereas everybody was watching on cable. So, you
Right.
have
And then
way more
it was the same
options.
time. You watch it on the playback now.
Right. And that's another thing. Like those ratings that were put out was just from the opening night. That's from the people who watched it the very first time it played. Because remember, they were talking about Portia's ratings were low at first too. And then when you add everybody who rewatched it, they
Right.
were actually higher.
There's a lot of factors that play into it. Like I know it's always like, oh man, oh, so I wonder if wait, ooh, who's gonna I wonder if Candy's gonna be wait, because Salt Lake City came out on 8, so I wonder if her show is gonna move into the 8 o'clock time slot once. Because I don't think anything else is coming on Bravo on Sundays after Salt Lake City goes off. I don't think. Um, so that also plays a role into it too. There's a lot of things like, well, whatever, man. We'll see where it goes, and I don't think anyone should formulate their full opinions until a couple more episodes at least.
That's what I think. But I
Yeah,
liked it.
me too. And like I said before in my own review and on Twitter and everywhere else, I'm not even a huge. I'm not even. I am not a huge. I'm not a Candy fan at all normally, but I enjoyed it. But
I enjoyed the show. I think it's going to be a very entertaining cast. I think we might get, if not a brawl, close to a brawl, not from Candy, but from the other people. And when I say Candy has more to lose, that's not a slight to Portia because her bank account definitely looks way better than mine. But Candy has way more businesses. And when I say she's a celebrity for real, meaning we didn't meet Candy in the reality TV world. To me, you
mm-mm.
cannot compare reality TV stars to your Beyoncés, to your Candys, to your Vivica Foxes. Like that's a whole different category of celebrity. To me,
Yeah,
it's a difference. Like, yeah, she's selling go naked hair, but how much bedroom candy is being sold? Candies in shows, and it's not the same. To me, she has more of an empire than Portia. So therefore she has more to lose.
that's the word. And
Whereas her empire was built on her integrity and her business and her character versus yeah, Portia have, the spirit of Delilah sheets and the go naked hair. But it was built on her acting a fool. So she's not gonna lose anything when people see her acting a fool because that's what she came out on, acting a fool.
exactly, and Bravo continues to
She's not gonna
capitalize.
lose anything for acting retarded behind a man because that's how we were introduced to her, being a dummy for a man.
And Bravo knows they can
So
get
she
that out.
doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So that's why for me it's the difference. Her acting a fool, people expect it from Portia. Candy acting a fool, sh- she gonna lose. Portia thrives when she act a fool
That's what I'm
because
saying.
that's how she was introduced to us. So you can't. To me, that's like comparing apples and oranges. They both good fruit, but they two completely different categories.
Yep. But I guess we'll see what goes down in the next
We'll
couple
be back
episodes.
next week to talk about it.
We will, and we'll have mostly the same shows. I don't think we'll be introducing some new shows in the coming weeks. So please keep your notification bells on and be, check in for all updates and whatnot because we still have a lot in store. March especially is a big month, so we'll see what happens. But that's all I think we
All
have for now.
right. That's all we have for now. Don't forget to email worldofreads@gmail.com for any topics you would like to have discussed or questions. Y'all got questions and topics. We got answers in the gift for gab. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.